Listen, there's a war happening inside your body right now. And you know what? It started the moment you turned 30.
And you didn't start it. You didn't even choose it. But make no mistake, every single day you do nothing, the enemy wins. See, this isn't some far-off conflict. No, this is a daily battle for your strength, your metabolism, and your future independence. And today, we're going to give you the intel you need to fight back and win.
So every war has an enemy, right? And the one in our story, well, it has a name. It's this silent, relentless force that's working against you, day in and day out. It's called sarcopenia. And yeah, the name sounds kind of intense. It comes from the Greek words for flesh and loss, so it literally means flesh loss. It's the gradual, age-related decline of your muscle. And listen, this isn't just about feeling a little weaker. This is a quiet, physiological process that's literally reshaping your entire body from the inside out. Now, what's so crazy about this is how early it starts and just how steady it is. Get this. After you turn 30, your body starts to lose between 3 to 8% of its muscle mass every single decade. And this isn't just a theory. The data from the Baltimore longitudinal study, which is, by the way, the longest-running study on human aging ever, it confirms this whole timeline. You hit your peak muscle mass somewhere between 30 and 35. After that, it's this slow, kind of unnoticeable decline for a couple of decades. But then, once you hit 60, that decline slams on the accelerator. And I really want to stress this is not some fringe fitness concern. Back in 2016, sarcopenia was officially classified as a disease. It even has its own diagnostic code. That means it's a real, measurable, clinical condition, and it has some pretty profound effects on our long-term health. Okay, so one of the very first places you're going to feel the effects of this enemy is your metabolism. Just think of your muscle as the engine that powers your whole body. You see, having more muscle means you have a higher resting metabolic rate. That's your RMR. It's the energy you burn just by, being alive. So as you lose that muscle, your engine literally gets smaller. And that means the exact same meal you ate at 25 is now way more easily stored as fat when you're 45. It's not because you changed your habits, it's because your internal engine changed. But honestly, the consequences go way deeper than just burning calories. Your muscles play this critical role that most of us never even think about. Turns out, they are the single largest storage depot in your entire body for glucose. Blood sugar. So, what happens when you lose that muscle? Well, you lose that vital storage space. It's like you're downgrading a massive warehouse to a tiny little shed. And with nowhere else to go, all that excess glucose just hangs out in your bloodstream. This forces your body to pump out more and more insulin to try and manage it. And over time, this leads directly to insulin resistance and a much, much higher risk for type 2 diabetes. This whole thing isn't just about your metabolism or how your clothes fit. This battle is really about your health span, the quality of your years, and your ability to live a really active, independent life. And when you look at the numbers, they're pretty stark. For people in their 60s, sarcopenia affects up to 13% of the population. But just look at what happens by age 80. As many as half of all people over 80 are living with clinically significant muscle loss. And the consequences of that are very, very real. Research shows that people with sarcopenia have 2.3 times the risk of breaking a bone from a low-trauma fall. We're talking about a broken hip, a wrist, or collarbone from something as simple as just stumbling.
So, this is the true face of the enemy. It's not just about muscle. It's a key factor linked to losing your mobility, it's linked to type 2 diabetes, to heart disease, and even to cognitive decline. This is a battle for your entire future.
Okay, so we've met the enemy, we understand the threat. Now let's talk about how we fight back. Because there is one weapon that is uniquely effective in this war. And let me be crystal clear about this. This is not some battle of attrition. This is not a foregone conclusion. This is a war you can absolutely win. Look, we all know cardio is great, right? It's good for our hearts, it helps with insulin sensitivity, all that stuff. But if you look at this comparison, notice the key variable for fighting sarcopenia, muscle mass. Aerobic exercise, no change. It's only resistance exercise, strength training, that directly counteracts the enemy. All right, so the weapon is resistance training. But how do you actually wield it? For a lot of people, the idea of just starting can feel more intimidating than the enemy itself. So let's break it down and create a simple plan. These are the doubts that stop so many people before they even start. Isn't it too late? I'm too old. I'll get hurt. That feeling that the window of opportunity has just slammed shut. And look, those fears are understandable, but they are absolutely not accurate.
I love this quote because it really says it all. Your body never, ever loses its ability to adapt and get stronger. Sure, the process might be a little slower than when you were 25, but the response is real, it's measurable, and it is totally life-changing. There is no expiration date on building strength.
Starting smart is the whole key. So first thing, start lighter than you think. The first few weeks are all about learning the movements, not testing your limits. Second, focus on the fundamentals. Basic patterns like a squat, a hinge, a push, and a pull that actually carry over into daily life. And third, you have to prioritize recovery. Give yourself more rest time between sessions. Honestly, 2 or 3 times a week is a great place to start.
And, training smart also means learning the difference between normal muscle soreness, that good ache, and the real warning signs of microtrauma. You got to pay attention to any sharp, localized pain, not just that general ache of a good workout. If you feel any weird instability or popping in a joint, or if a pain keeps showing up at the exact same point in a movement, those are your signals to ease off and maybe reevaluate things.
The enemy, sarcopenia. It doesn't take days off. It's this constant, steady pressure, always there. But now you have the intelligence and you have the battle plan to push back. So the only question left is, what's your first move?